You know that feeling, right? That little dopamine hit?
Oh, yeah.
You're in line at the grocery store, maybe you're mid-conversation at dinner, which, rude, but we all do it, and you feel that buzz.
Pocket vibration.
It's Pavlovian.
Yeah.
Check it immediately. And that reaction time is actually what we're digging into today, because there is a
A huge industry.
huge industry relying on the fact that you will look at that screen within, 3 minutes of it lighting up.
3 minutes is, I think, generous. The sources we're looking at today suggest for most people it's under 90 seconds. It's just a reflex.
Right. And waiting inside that 90-second window isn't a text from your mom or a meme from your best friend. It's a message that says your bank account is drained.
Or you missed a toll, or your Netflix is suspended.
And just like that, the dopamine hit turns into a cortisol spike.
A big one.
Today on The Deep Dive, we are unpacking smishing. And yes, I know how that sounds.
It sounds ridiculous, like a cartoon sound effect or something.
It really does.
Yeah.
But the data we have in front of us paints a pretty terrifying picture. This isn't just a nuisance anymore. It's the primary way high-level fraud is entering our lives.
Yeah.
We're going to look at the psychology of why we fall for it, the specific scripts scammers use, and crucially, how to actually shut it down.
And we really have to start with that shift you mentioned, the move from the inbox to the text thread.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because, 10 years ago, the Nigerian prince lived in my email spam folder.
Right.
Now he's in my iMessage. Why the migration?
Well, it's purely a numbers game. I mean, think about your email inbox. What's the open rate for a standard marketing email? Maybe 20% on a good day.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
I have thousands of unread emails. I wear them like a badge of shame. I have, trained myself to ignore them.
That's the thing. We've all developed banner blindness for email. We expect spam. Google and Outlook have built these, military-grade fortresses to filter that stuff out.
Yeah.
But SMS is the Wild West.
The sources mentioned an open rate for text messages of something like 98%.
98%. And most of those are open within 3 minutes. It is a direct line to your attention span. When you get an email, you might deal with it later.
Right.
When you get a text, the device itself demands you deal with it now.
So smishing, SMS phishing, is essentially leveraging that immediacy.
Yeah.
But it's not just about speed, is it?
Mhm.
There's a psychological component to the medium itself.
There is. And this is the part that I found really, really interesting in the research. It's about intimacy.
Intimacy.
Yeah. I mean, think about who has your phone number. Your family, your friends, maybe your doctor, your bank. It's a curated list.
Okay.
Your email address, on the other hand, you give that to every cashier who asks for it just to get a 5% discount.
That's so true. My email is public. My phone number feels private. It feels like my personal space.
Exactly. So when a message breaches that private wall, your brain automatically assigns it a higher trust score. You assume, subconsciously, that if it's here, inside this blue bubble, it must be relevant.
It must be legitimate.
It must be. I mean, how did they get in here otherwise?
And that's where the context switching comes in,
Yeah.
right? Because the other thing about mobile is, we're mobile. We aren't usually just sitting there staring at the phone, doing nothing else.
We are distracted. That is the vulnerability. If you are at your desktop computer checking email, you are in work mode. You have a big screen. You can hover your mouse over a link to see where it really goes.
Yeah.
You can see the bad grammar more clearly.
But on my phone, I'm walking the dog.
Yeah.
Or I'm rushing to the meeting. Or I'm trying to hold a coffee and unlock the screen at the same time.
You are cognitively compromised.
Okay.
You are multitasking. And the interface of a smartphone is designed for one thing: frictionless action.
Tap to open.
Tap to reply, tap to pay. The scammers are weaponizing that user interface design against us. They know you can't easily inspect a URL on an iPhone screen without accidentally clicking it.
So we have high trust, high distraction, and a user interface that's built for speed. That's a dangerous cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
It explains why even smart people fall for this.
It's the perfect storm for social engineering. It's not about intelligence. It's about habit.
Okay, let's get into the arsenal. The source material outlines the most common scripts we're seeing right now. And I have to say, I consider myself pretty tech savvy, but some of these, I've paused. I've definitely paused before deleting.
We all have. The scripts are A/B tested to an insane degree. They know what works.
The big one, the one that seems to be sweeping everywhere lately, is the toll road.
The SunPass or EZ Pass scam. You have an unpaid toll.
Yeah. You have an unpaid toll of $3.50. Pay now to avoid a $50 late fee.
Right.
Why is this one so effective?
Well, it's brilliant in its banality. First, almost everyone drives. Second, toll technology is notoriously glitchy.
Oh, yeah.
We've all driven through a toll booth and wondered, did my transponder beep? Was my credit card expired on that account?
It taps into that low-level anxiety of administrative failure, that feeling of, oh, great, another thing I forgot to do.
And the dollar amount is key. It's small. $3.50. It's a nuisance amount.
Right.
You think, I'll just pay this to make it go away. You aren't thinking, I am being robbed. You are thinking, I am clearing a chore.
Right. If they asked for $5,000, I'd be suspicious. But $3.50 feels like a parking ticket.
But the second you click that link and type in your credit card info to pay the $3.50,
You aren't paying a toll.
no. You've just handed over your credit card number, your CVV, your full name, and your billing address to a criminal enterprise.
That is terrifying. And it brings up the second category, which is the bank panic.
This is the classic fear response. Your account has been suspended, or unauthorized login detected.
This just shuts down the logical brain completely. It's instant adrenaline.
It's designed to trigger a System 1 response. That's the psychological term for fast, instinctive, emotional thinking.
Correct.
Stammers know that if they can get your heart rate up, your IQ drops. You see suspended, you panic, you click verify identity.
And verify identity usually leads to a fake website that looks exactly like your bank's login page.
Pixel for pixel, they clone the CSS, the logos, everything. If you are looking at it on a small screen in bright sunlight, you absolutely cannot tell the difference.
There's a third category here that I think is particularly insidious because it preys on something we're usually looking forward to, the delivery.
Your package is on hold. Address incomplete.
I get this one constantly. And the thing is, I am usually waiting for a package.
We all are. It's the law of large numbers.
Yeah.
If I send a million texts saying your package is delayed, probably 300,000 of those people are worrying about an Amazon order right now.
It's a dragnet. They don't need to know you ordered shoes. They just know that statistically you probably did.
And the incomplete address angle is clever because it implies a very small, fixable problem. Just click here to update your zip code.
It feels helpful.
It feels like you are solving a problem before it happens.
That brings us to the weirdest one in the source material. The security irony. The text that pretends to be protecting you.
Did you attempt to log in from Moscow? Reply NO to block access.
I mean, if I get that text, I'm replying no immediately. I don't want someone in Moscow in my account.
And that's the trap. By replying, you've engaged. Or worse, the link they send asks you to confirm your password to lock the account.
So they're using your desire for security as the weapon to breach your security.
Exactly. It's twisted. It's like gaslighting via SMS.
It really is. It turns your defenses against you. Okay, so they get us to click. They get us to type. What is the actual loot? We talked about the $3.50 toll, but they aren't doing this for $3.50.
No. The $3.50 is just the bait. The loot comes in, well, 3 tiers, according to the research. Tier 1 is PII, personal identifiable information. Right. Name, address, social security number. That stuff is sold in bulk on the dark web for identity theft.
Tier 2.
Tier 2 is financials. Credit card numbers, banking details, direct access to your money. This allows them to clone cards or just make purchases.
Okay.
But Tier 3 is the one that people really need to understand because it's the most technical and the most dangerous.
OTP.
The one-time passcode.
Walk us through this, because we're told that 2FA, two-factor authentication, is the gold standard. If I have 2FA on, I'm safe, right?
Usually, yes, but smishing is specifically designed to defeat 2FA. Here's the scenario. A hacker already has your bank password. Maybe they bought it from an old data breach.
Right.
They go to log into your bank.
And the bank says, wait, we don't recognize this device? We're sending a code to the user's phone.
Exactly. So now the hacker is stuck at the front door. They have the key, the password, but they can't get past the guard dog, which is the code. So what do?
They text me.
They text you in real time while they are sitting at the login screen. This is a man-in-the-middle attack.
Wow.
They send you a smishing text that looks like it comes from the bank. It says, alert, unauthorized login attempt. We have sent a code to your phone. Please reply with this code to BLOC this attempt.
Oh, wow. So I think I'm using the code to stop the hacker?
But you are actually handing the hacker the code they need to finish logging in. You are literally opening the door for them.
That's sophisticated. That requires real-time coordination.
It's often automated using bots, but yes, you are the middleman. You are the only thing stopping them, and they trick you into stepping aside.
So if anyone ever asks me to text them a code that just popped up on my phone.
You stop. Immediate, full stop. No bank, no government agency, no tech support will ever ask you to read back a 2FA code. Those codes are for you to type into a website, not to share with another human being. If someone asks for it, they are stealing your account, period.
I want to zoom out for a second on the terminology. We've been throwing around smishing, but the source material breaks down the whole landscape of scams. It's helpful to keep them straight because the news throws these words around a lot.
It is. It's an ecosystem. You have phishing, that's the umbrella term, but it usually refers to email.
Okay, the P is for the classic email scams.
Then smishing SMS, that's the text-based stuff. And the third sibling is vishing.
Vishing with a V.
Voice phishing. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
That one.
Or those terrifying AI voice cloning scams we're hearing about now, where they mimic a loved one's voice.
But the mechanism is the same across all of them.
The intent is the same. Social engineering. They are hacking the human, not the machine. It's so much easier to trick a person than it is to break encryption.
Right.
Why spend years trying to crack a bank's firewall when you can just ask Dave for his password?
Hacking the human. I like that phrasing. Well, I don't like it, but it's accurate. So, knowing that we are the weak link, how do we patch ourselves? The source gives us some defense strategies, and don't click links feels a bit simplistic.
It is simplistic, but it has to be the baseline. The source calls it the golden rule of unexpected messages. If you didn't ask for it, don't touch it.
But what about the anxiety? If I get the text about the bank account being drained, I can't just ignore it. I need to know if my money is safe. I can't just go about my day wondering if I'm broke.
And you shouldn't. You should check. But you have to use out-of-band verification.
Out of band. Break that down.
It means you verify the information using a channel outside of the one that sent you the message. So if the text comes from Bank of America, do not reply to the text. Do not call the number in the text.
That number just goes to the scammer?
Right. You close the text app, you open your browser, you type in bankofamerica.com-s, or better yet, use your official banking app, and you check your messages there. Or you flip your debit card over and call the 1-800 number printed on the plastic.
You go to the source of truth.
Always go to the source of truth. Never use the convenient link provided by the potential attacker. The convenience is the trap.
Okay, here is a specific question I have. Sometimes I get these texts. You want a gift card. And they say, reply S.P to unsubscribe. Is that real? Should I do that? I feel like I'm taking control by opting out.
No, absolutely not. This is a huge misconception.
Why? I thought it was like legally allowed to unsubscribe.
In a legitimate marketing campaign, yes. But scammers send these texts to millions of random number combinations. They don't know if your number is a real person or a deadline.
Oh.
If you reply SLP, you have just raised your hand and said, "Hi, I am a real human who reads these messages."
I've just validated my number for them.
You've moved yourself from the maybe list to the premium target list. You will get 10 times more spam after that. You have proven you are active and responsive.
So the strategy is report and delete.
Exactly. Most phones now have a report junk button. Use it. It helps the carrier's algorithms get smarter. Then delete the message so you don't accidentally click it 3 months from now when you're scrolling for a photo.
It really seems like we need to fundamentally change our relationship with our notifications.
We do. We treat the notification sound as a command. Ding means look. Ding means act. We need to break that circuit. We need to introduce a pause.
It's almost like we need to treat our text inbox with the same suspicion we treat our email spam folder.
That's the safest approach. Assume it's malicious until proven otherwise. It's a sad way to live, maybe, but it's the only way to stay secure in this current digital landscape.
It's the zero trust model applied to our personal lives.
That's a great way to put it. Zero trust.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I'm left thinking about that vulnerability you mentioned at the start. The intimacy. You know, we love our phones. They are our lifelines. But that love makes us blind.
It does. And I'll leave you with this thought from the source material that really stuck with me. We spend so much time worrying about sophisticated hackers breaking through firewalls or, quantum computing cracking encryption. But the biggest vulnerability in your cybersecurity stack isn't software. It's your own politeness.
Our politeness.
It's that urge to be helpful, to pay the toll, to fix the shipping error, to reply to the security check. We want to be good digital citizens. Scammers are weaponizing our desire to be responsible.
So the most secure thing you can do is be a little bit rude, Ignore the knock at the digital door.
Or at least look through the peephole before you open it.
I'm going to be looking through the people a lot more closely from now on. Thank you for walking us through the terrifying world of smishing.
Happy to help. Stay safe.
And to everyone listening, keep your head on a swivel, keep your data locked down, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.